going into this weekend against New Mexico, we thought this San Jose game was going to be a trap game, and it kind of was, right? So New Mexico, though, what's wrong with these guys? Well, they lost to UNLV on the road. I get it. A UNLV team that we pretty much handled. But now looking at the standings, it looks like the Aztecs, in the Mountain West, 3 games in, right? 3 games in for pretty much everybody. We're tied for first with Utah State, if you want to say tied, if there's such a thing with Utah State. Then you got Nevada at 2-0, Boise State 2-0. And a couple of those teams like Colorado State just lost. They just fell to Boise, right? And you
Twice.
know,
Lost twice.
oh yeah, good lord. So I mean, not exactly the I guess the outcomes or just some of the things we were expecting. You start hearing about, oh, we're gonna get 5 teams in the tournament. We're gonna get maybe even 6, which is ridiculous to say that. Until one of these teams prove that they can do something in the postseason outside of San Diego State. I've been saying it all along. They got to prove it. They got a lot to prove. Fiend, when it comes to talking about New Mexico, though, you were pretty high on them coming into the year. So, I mean, what are you seeing as far as some of their shortcomings or some of their deficiencies showing up? Is it too early to panic, or is this game kind of desperate mode for them?
I think this is a game that they really want, and they've circled. Maybe they overlooked UNLV. You saw the head coach talking about getting the students out early for the San Diego State game. That had to irk some of the UNLV players, right? Like, you're focusing on San Diego State, not even concerned about us. Okay, we're going to show you who we are, So that's the thing about New Mexico, though, is they are a totally different team at the pit than they are away from their home. Their net offensive defensive efficiency stats are top 1% of all D1 teams at the pit. If they played all their games at the pit, they probably would be a number 1 seed. When they play on the road, they're in the bottom 21% in those efficiency ratings. They are horrible away from Albuquerque. And so this is going to be a really tough test for us because they're jacked up, they're mad, they're pissed that Butler hit that shot last year, and they play so well at home and feed off that crowd. So very tough for us. I don't think anything's really wrong with the Lobos. They just have not been able to figure out how to play good basketball on the road.
Fiend, bringing it. Mike, how are you doing, Mike?
I'm fine. I'm just reading the message board and just enjoying the mental masturbation that goes on through that stuff. I'm excited to play them. I'm excited to see the arena. I know they remodeled a few years ago. I'm looking forward to seeing that arena because it's definitely, it goes down and stuff like that. So it's a day game, which I love the day games. Yeah, they're a good team at home, man. But I think UNLV is a very good team too. I just think we're a better team. We made UNLV play our game and they couldn't figure it out. You know what I mean? I think UNLV is a good team. I think UNLV is better than New Mexico, to be honest with you. I think New Mexico is very helter-skelter. They can beat anybody. They can lose to anybody, similar to UNLV. So it's I mean, like we've talked about, and I've talked about for a while, we're always going to get everybody's best shot, and the target's on our back. Everybody's hunting us. That's the interesting thing with FAU. I wanted to say is that they changed conferences, yes, but they weren't. They have a lot of tough games where they're not used to being hunted. They were the hunters last year. Now they're the hunted. So it's a different mentality when that switch flips, and we are used to it. We've been playing like that for the last 10 years. So, but I mean, every game is going to be a good game, man. I mean, look at all the games that have played so far. So, yeah, I mean, if we don't play our best ball against any of these teams, look what happened against San Jose State. We're going to get beat, and vice versa. If they don't play their best ball, they're going to get beat. So I think there's going to be some high caliber games, and the records for some of these teams might not reflect, i.e. San Jose State, how good they actually are. But hey, they beat us at our house last year. We beat them at their house this year. So, last year. So I think hopefully it's a good game, man. I want to come out with a victory, but I think it's always a good game when we play them.
Gotta love Mr. Golden's 50-50 win rate for Aztecs and Lobos last year, but one team went further than the other in March. Well, it's true. It's true. I mean, you can't deny it. Okay. So, a little bit of a timeout.
Janet's going to the game. Sorry, Janet Dabber going to the game. We'll have to meet up. Hey, hopefully we get to meet up with some fans down there before the game and stuff like that. I don't know this guy, is this Joey or is this Mike? Who is this character? Is Joey and Mike gonna get together? Oh, hang out with them before the game.
We will definitely be there at the pit. We're looking forward to it. Before we get more further into the pit and all the nonsense that we're going to encounter, and make sure you guys get your questions and your comments and your concerns all listed. But before we do that, little timeout to give a little love to our NIL team members. Of course, we're talking about Jaden Ledee, Lamont Butler, Micah Parrish. Make sure you guys are checking out the shop, sonsofmontezuma.com. You can get their posters, their tees, their hats, all the good stuff. And of course, 10% off the promo code using MONTY Monty on any non-NIL related gear. Okay. Little ad there. So I hope you guys are ready. Bring in your comments. It's comment, question, and concern time. I'm seeing Mr. Rick Torado. Mountain West Conference is going to represent in the NCAA tournament with multiple bids. Yes. They've been doing that lately, but they haven't really done anything in the tournament. I mean, getting in the tournament is always nice. Got to do that. You got to punch your ticket to get in the dance. But until somebody does something, Mountain West, not fully going to get that. Going to fully get that respect. Okay, Sarah, she says, those of you going to the game, be careful. Fiend, do we really have anything to be careful about? I know you've been in contact with some of the enemy there at the pit, some of those Lobos. What is your overall feeling of making this trip out to Albuquerque?
I really don't know. I mean, I'm hoping that I can get a photo with Snake. I mean, a friendly one, not one where he's like trying to choke me out. But I don't know. I mean, the guys that I've never had an issue with Lobo fans. Like at the Mountain West Conference tournament, they've always been cool to me. You know my history with Utah State fans. That's totally different. But New Mexico fans have been cool. So we'll see. I'm just being optimistic. I'm going to try to be friendly, try not to antagonize them. I'm going to do my best. I mean, you guys may have to put a muzzle on me when I get there. But I don't know. We'll see, man.
A muzzle, really? Come on, man. We got to be loud. Okay, guys, let's see what you guys are bringing. I would love that stunned silence. Janet, we will hopefully see you out there. Let's try to link up. Okay. Let's see. Mike, you have not seen Breaking Bad yet?
No.
Dang it. Gotta get these references, man. Okay. All right. Well, I know what I'm looking forward to, and that is the food. I'm a foodie, even though it's gonna be freezing out there. What are we looking at? Red or green chilies? Both Christmas tree chilies. Is that what it is? If you guys have any recommendations, if you guys got any recommendations on where to go in ABQ, we are all.
Aren't you guys
excited?
Would be
really cool. It would be cool to like meet some fans from New Mexico that we could then meet up with like at the Mountain West Conference tournament, because I'm all about like building friendships, with other fan bases except Utah State. But everyone else, like I'm good with. So, yeah. So hopefully we can meet some people who are pretty cool, there.
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
Are you serious right now? Are you serious right now, Fiend? I mean, like, what? Where's this coming from? This is a rival. We're not trying to go out there and powwow with too many of these Lobo fans. Come on now.
Come on, man. We always powwow, man. We're all about tailgating, right? We're all about having fun and and have a good time, man. We're gonna have a good time out there. Yeah, I mean, we want to get a win, but I want to have some friendly rivalry with some of these other fan bases.
Mike, if this was a shot clock question, maybe I should have turned this into a shot clock question. I mean, how motivated are you to get out there in New Mexico and talk to some of these fans, these Lobos, man?
0. 0. I'll be polite. I'll say hello and stuff like that. I'm sure we'll get some.
So you don't make friends like I do online with other fan bases
online. Like
on Twitter,
you go to an arena. You gotta yeah. So you go to an arena. I mean, I've been to a few road games and stuff like that, and my philosophy is I'm going to root for my team, but I'm also going to be polite because it's not my house. I'm a guest in their house. They've welcomed us into their house. I expect that at State when people come to root for their team. I don't have a problem people rooting for their team, but when they're obnoxious and out of control, that's when it's like, dude, come on, man. So we're gonna go and have fun, and I'll chill with them. I'll banter here and there and stuff like that, depending on the vibe you get when you sit in your seats. I remember I went to a playoff or a Chargers game in Kansas City, and we were wearing our Charger gear. This family sat next to us, and one of the kids was 5 or 6 years old. Sat next to me. I'm a bigger dude, right? Nobody knows you don't know where you are until you talk to someone. And the dad changed seats. And he sat next to me. I'm like, hey, man, it's our first time here. I just started chatting with him, and he's like, oh, okay, he's cool and stuff like that. And so, but it's just, you got to be cool with people and stuff like that. And I get what you're saying, Fiend. I'm not going to sit here and go have a beer with them and stuff like that. Maybe we'll make a little wager, but I hope they root for their team and we root for our team, and hopefully we come out on top.